Douglas MacArthur was one of the most famous generals in United States military history. He played a critical role in major events during World War II and later in the Korean War. MacArthur was known for his bold strategies, remarkable leadership, and unwavering determination. Born in 1880, MacArthur came from a family with a strong military background. His father, Arthur MacArthur Jr., was a respected general, and his mother supported his ambitions. From an early age, MacArthur was surrounded by military influences, which inspired him to pursue a career in the Army. He attended the United States Military Academy at West Point, where he became a top student. Graduating in 1903, MacArthur started his military career and soon became known for his intelligence and ability to lead. Throughout his career, MacArthur served in many parts of the world, including the Philippines, Mexico, and various locations across the United States. He spent time helping to improve military operations in the Philippines, where his leadership was valued by both Americans and Filipinos. MacArthur's skills were recognized, and he continued to rise through the ranks, becoming a general in 1930. At the beginning of World War II, he was appointed to lead the United States forces in the Pacific. This was a crucial moment in history, as the Pacific Theater was a key battleground in the war. When Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in December 1941, MacArthur was in charge of the defense of the Philippines. Though he and his troops fought bravely, the Japanese forces quickly overwhelmed the islands. MacArthur, recognizing that he could not defend the Philippines alone, was ordered to leave the islands to avoid capture. Before leaving, MacArthur made a famous promise to the Filipino people: "I shall return." This promise became an important symbol of hope for the people of the Philippines. MacArthur went to Australia, where he continued to organize efforts against Japan in the Pacific. In 1944, MacArthur made good on his promise and returned to the Philippines with his forces. The battle to recapture the Philippines was fierce, but MacArthur's leadership turned the tide. One of the most important moments of this campaign was the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history. MacArthur's forces were victorious, and he helped free the Philippines from Japanese control. This victory marked a turning point in the war and was a significant achievement for both MacArthur and the Allied forces. MacArthur continued to lead the campaign against Japan, helping to bring the war to a close. In 1945, after years of fighting, Japan finally surrendered, bringing an end to World War II. MacArthur was chosen to oversee Japan's surrender and the process of rebuilding the country. His job was not only to oversee the end of the war, but also to help Japan recover from its destruction. MacArthur worked with Japanese leaders to create a new constitution for the country, helping to establish a peaceful government. His leadership during this period was crucial, and his efforts played a major role in Japan's recovery. For many years, MacArthur remained in Japan, serving as the supreme commander for the Allied powers. He helped shape the future of Japan, ensuring that the country would never again become a military threat. While MacArthur was in Japan, the Korean War began in 1950. North Korea invaded South Korea, and the United Nations called on MacArthur to lead the response. MacArthur quickly developed a plan to help defend South Korea and push the North Koreans back. In September 1950, he led a successful amphibious landing at Incheon, a port city on the coast of South Korea. This surprise attack caught the North Koreans off guard and helped turn the tide of the war. MacArthur's forces pushed the North Korean army back, but the war took a difficult turn when China entered the conflict. MacArthur continued to lead United Nations forces, but the war became more complex and deadly. MacArthur's belief in taking stronger action against China created a conflict with the U.S. government. He wanted to expand the war and even suggested bombing Chinese territory. However, President Harry S. Truman and other leaders in Washington disagreed with MacArthur's plans. In 1951, after months of disagreement, President Truman made the decision to remove MacArthur from command. The news shocked many people, both in the United States and abroad, as MacArthur was a highly respected and popular leader. Some believed that MacArthur's military strategy was too aggressive, while others felt he had not been given the support he needed. MacArthur returned to the United States, where he was warmly welcomed by thousands of supporters. Although he was no longer in command of the military, MacArthur continued to be a powerful figure in American public life. He gave speeches across the country, and his ideas about war, leadership, and politics continued to influence many people. MacArthur's legacy lived on long after his retirement from the military. He continued to be a symbol of leadership, courage, and dedication to duty. He wrote books about his experiences and shared his views on war, peace, and governance. Though MacArthur faced criticism during his career, he was still remembered as one of the greatest military leaders of the 20th century. His work in World War II and the Korean War shaped the future of both the United States and many other countries. MacArthur passed away in 1964 at the age of 84. His death marked the end of an era in American military history, but his impact on the world continued. Douglas MacArthur will always be remembered as a leader who faced incredible challenges and never gave up. His famous quote, "I shall return," symbolizes his commitment to keeping his word and fulfilling his promises. MacArthur's life story continues to inspire people today, showing that true leadership is about making tough decisions and standing firm in the face of adversity. Though his actions were sometimes controversial, his dedication to his country and his unyielding leadership were undeniable. He is remembered not only as a great general, but also as a symbol of perseverance, courage, and the power of conviction. Through his actions in World War II, the Korean War, and his leadership in Japan, MacArthur's legacy remains one of the most influential in the history of the United States military. He proved that even in the most difficult of times, it is possible to lead with strength, vision, and unwavering resolve. Douglas MacArthur's name will forever be associated with military brilliance and a commitment to his ideals.